Hi, Dale coming to you from my temporary garage this time, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make snow in Atlanta, Georgia for your Christmas yard display. The first way is going to show you how to combat the wind with a little freestyle snow, and the second will be more of a structured snow mound, kind of intended to put another Christmas display on top. Come on, let's go.
I'm using expanding foam, and the first thing you need to understand about this stuff is that it is extremely sticky, so make sure you cover all of your surfaces. Sticky. I wonder if I'll figure out just how sticky. Expanding foam is very light, so if you don't add weight, your chances of it staying put in your yard with the slightest breeze is as bad as the chances of this video going viral. That's easily fixed by simply grabbing a piece or two of scrap 2x4 and adding a couple screws or nails to give the foam something to grab onto. Then it's as simple as covering it with the expanding spray foam. Make sure you cover the 2x4 and screws completely while getting it into the basic shape you're looking for. Pretty darn easy for the first of 3 steps. For the next technique, please wear safety glasses as you really don't want to poke yourself in the eye with chicken wire. These snow mounds, I want to control the shape a bit more and give it some height. Chicken wire is a great way to create a shape as a template for your spray foam. You can't use the chicken wire by itself though, as the foam will simply fall through it when you spray. I like to use stretch wrap to cover the chicken wire template. Unfortunately, I only had this shorter stretch wrap instead of the wider stuff, which I really prefer. You can use saran wrap or even cover it in newspaper and then spray water on it so it sticks to the wire. Basically anything that's going to cover the chicken wire. Wrapping it not only keeps the foam from falling through, it can help hold the wire to the form you want. Now it's the same as the first. Grab the expanding foam spray and cover your template. I like to try and make the base a little wider. For this snow mound, I used about 1.5 cans of spray foam. I've only used the Great Stuff brand, but I'd guess any brand would work. In fact, I've heard that other brands expand to a smoother finish and may take paint a little better. Great Stuff was all the big box store had in stock. So after standing in front of the spray foam section for about 20 minutes, I finally decided to choose the Great Stuff brand. Remember when I said this stuff was sticky? Well, this can apparently had a leak. I know I screwed the nozzle on tight, so that was not the problem. This got all over my hands and I simply could not get it off. My hands stayed sticky for a week. The only good thing that came out of it was when handing my wife my wallet so she could grab some cash, the wallet stuck to my hand and would not open. Come on, it's just a joke. You know I didn't mean it. My wife uses credit cards, not cash. I love you, honey. After you have all your snow mounds sprayed, you give them about 24 hours to expand and cure completely. Pro tip, wear very comfortable shoes while you stand there watching them for the full 24 hours. I only gave mine about 14 hours to cure and it was fairly cold that night, but I decided to move forward anyways. Go ahead and peel them off your plastic. Notice this time I'm wearing gloves and yes, my hands were sticking to the inside of them. My mounds were not fully cured and still a bit sticky, but I decided to move along anyways. You can now take out the chicken wire so you're not constantly poking yourself. Again, please wear eye protection. Nice gloves would probably be a smart idea as well. Now I like them shaped as they are, but I'm going to show you how you can shape them even more if you want. You can buy these foam shapers that are basically a small rasp on a plastic handle. They're really cheap on Amazon. That's where I got mine. You can also use a handheld belt sander as well. Just be very careful because those can get very aggressive. Use these if you want to shape them in any special shape that you had in mind, or if you just want to smooth them out some more. Like I said, I like them just the way they are. Just work the shaper tool around the entire mound until you get it to where you want it. Be careful not to take off too much so that the 2x4 or screws start showing through. Also, this is very messy, so I moved outside. One last thing on shaping it this way is that it will no longer take paint very well at all, which will add another step. After shaping, you need to seal the foam before painting. I've tried all sorts of methods and some work pretty good, but I got this from Jamie and Jay over at Wicked Makers. They use dry lock as the base coat, so I thought I'd give it a try. It's pretty thick stuff, so just get a lot on your brush and paint it on. Turned out this worked great as a base layer for paint. It even allows you to use rattle cans, which normally you would need to be very careful with as it can dissolve the foam, especially if you've sanded it down and shaped it. Thanks for the tip, Jamie and Jay. I used 2 quarts to cover all 5 of my new snow mounds. I let the dry lock dry overnight and now it's time to paint. I didn't have a lot of brush on white paint, so I used what I had in my sprayer and then moved to rattle cans, which I had a few of in my garage. You could brush on the paint, but spraying is not only faster, it makes it much easier to get into all the nooks and crannies. I would recommend using the rattle cans last, as the paint just gives one more added layer to protect it from the rattle cans dissolving the foam. Just have fun with it. And that's all there is to making snow mounds for your yard decoration. Now I just need to install them in my yard. You'll see that I didn't have to add any extra weight to some of them, as I'll be staking them to the ground and placing other decorations on top. Any mounds that I do not place anything on top needs to have added weight. Check out the link that should be appearing now at the top of the video to see how I made these cool Christmas tree lawn ornaments. Those have a really cool painting technique. Now here are a few shots of the snow mounds with other decorations. I like the way it turned out. Let me know what you think. Normally I end up doing kind of a Clark Griswold light display, but this year I only ran a couple light strings and kept it a bit old-fashioned and handmade. I think it's cool. Here's a look at our display during the day after adding our candy cane forest. Another video link should be appearing now. Click that if you want to learn about candy cane forests and how to make these awesome candy canes. Be warned, I do get pretty emotional in that video. And here is a look at night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and share it, and if you want to follow me along my journey, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Until next time, see ya.